Hi guys, welcome to Chatting Shit. I am Chatting Chit. Fuck, I've already messed that up.
Good job.
Woo!
Good job.
I am recording live with my friend Cass. Say hello, Cass.
Hello.
And this is kind of the pilot episode of all this. If you are listening to the audio podcast, we are recording this with visuals, so it will be uploaded to YouTube at some point, potentially at the same time that this is released. I am flying by the seat of my pants. This is all just the least planned that it could possibly be, but that's the whole premise of the show. So, yeah, welcome to the madness. Yeah, hi Cass.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good. It's hot. It's real
Yeah.
hot.
What's
Mhm.
the hotness?
Well, I don't know what it is in C, but it's 73, but it's muggy and humid, and that's the problem. I'm like sweating.
Yeah.
And
No,
pretend I'm not sweating.
we'll just ignore any sweat that appears.
Yeah. I'm sweaty. It's hot out. I don't know what to tell you. It's
Yeah.
June in New England now, so
Yeah. June sucks. Temperature wise. Everything else is alright, you know? It's Pride Month. Happy
Pride
Pride.
Month. Happy Pride. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey! Hopefully it's still Pride Month when I release this. I'm planning to release this next week. But to date this, we are recording on the 2nd of June. So it is quite literally the beginning of Pride Month. How are you celebrating?
Well, all right. So I still don't know if they're doing a pride. They do a parade, and then my uncles, well, they're like my family friend uncles,
Yeah.
own the gay bar downtown in Providence. So
Nice.
they always do a drag show. Like their drag shows are crazy good,
Oh my
and they
god.
do like a block party drag show. So
Ooh.
that was the last event that I went to, but it was like 2018 because work and then COVID following after that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're doing that this year. They didn't have it for the last 2 years, I don't think. If they
Okay.
did, it was just a parade. I don't think they did. I mean, I didn't live in Providence I moved in June last summer, so I don't
Yeah.
know. But if they do, I would love to go. But it's always on a Saturday, and I work, so
Yeah.
that is
I,
why I don't know.
I have always had that issue as well.
I don't
Even
know.
like back at home, because when I lived at home, I worked weekends and Pride happened across a weekend, so I could never attend it. And if I did, I was just passing through to get to my job. And recent years, it's just, COVID. So
Yeah.
it's
That's
just,
what I mean. I don't even know if they're having it this year.
yeah. Like, I
Check on
haven't
Facebook.
seen much advertisement or anything like that. It's all just been people, like, messaging each other and being like, Happy Pride,
Yeah.
rather than. I've not seen much corporation stuff either, which is quite nice.
Only Target that I've seen does. Well, Starbucks always does, but Target has the most ridiculous Pride collection.
Oh no.
But they have other, like, they don't just have gay and lesbian, they have, like, other stuff, which I guess is a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Like, they got some Bi Chaos shot glasses, which I might actually go
Okay.
buy. I'm like, damn, all right, I see you, I see you. Don't know how in any other aspects, but that's a step in the right direction for a
Yeah.
giant corporation that just trying to take our money.
I have
So
seen that, I think it's probably Target, have labeled pot plants with they, them. Or like this plant has no gender, or something like that. And it's very
exciting.
it's exciting, but it's also questionable that
I
they've
mean,
put it
it's
on a
just there to take
potted
the money.
plant.
Well, they assume that if you're in the alphabet mafia, you like plants,
Very
which
true.
is not fair because I kill every plant I ever
Yeah.
have, ever, and it's just not fair. I kept a cactus alive for a while, and then my cat knocked it over, and then it died. So
I have kept 2 succulents in my lifetime, and both
those are
times they have
easy.
died.
They're
They're
like
easy, huh?
cactuses. I don't have a green thumb. Sorry.
No. But anyways, I completely forgot that we haven't actually introduced you to people,
Oh,
because
we just immediately went into private.
Yeah, we just went into pride, which, you know, fair. But for people who do not know who you are, explain a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Cass. It's very weird because like my family still calls me Cassandra, but I don't. None of my friends do that. Like in real life friends, nothing. Like no one has called me Cassandra besides like my family in a very long time.
Yeah.
But I do introduce myself as Cassandra, which is really funny because Cass just sounds weird coming out of my mouth. But so I'm Cass. I'm 29, living it up. I don't know. I'm a huge nerd. I have dispatched AAA for a long time, too long. I'm currently on a school break, but I do go to school for video game programming.
Yeah.
Shout out to being the only woman, besides a bunch of teenage boys, who are my favorite.
just the best kind
They're
of
the
demographic
best.
to be with.
I love teenage boys. Anyways, they're the worst.
They are. I can attest to that.
That's
you.
I don't know. That's me. I just like video games and anime. And
yeah. And we actually met because of video games.
We did.
We did. So we met because of another. Was it a podcast? I guess you could kind of say it was a podcast. Retro Replay. It was like it was a YouTube channel, but like they also did podcast. I don't know, but we met because of Retro Replay and the community there. And we just eventually got round to just playing video games, and that's how we actually got to know each other, is through playing video games, for me, very late at night.
Yeah, sorry. That's our fault.
Yeah, the Americans took over my sleeping schedule for a little bit there.
Sorry. Yeah, and like PlayStation chats, like this was like peak quarantine too. So like I had just started working from home in like in March. So like probably in like April, May, June is like that was like all we did because there was nothing else to do.
Yeah.
So like I'd like always watched Retro Replay, but I like started participating actively in like the chats, and then like met a bunch of people, and then we went on to just starting having PlayStation chats and whatever.
Actually, no, I remember how exactly we met.
Oh,
it was on one of the big Zoom calls that they did, and you complimented me while you were drunk.
Oh, that's Sam, can we say that is not the first time that is how I may have made a friend? And it's not even the second time. And I won't even just be drunk. I'll literally just compliment someone. So the first time, I can't remember if this is the first or second time, but there were two instances where I worked at the same bar. And I was bartending, and I complimented this girl. Her name's Brittany, and I'm still friends with her. And I said, "Oh, Brittany, you're really pretty." She always got a Jack and Coke. And I gave her the Jack and Coke for the well whiskey price.
Yeah.
Instead of the Jack price, which was $9. So I gave it to her for like $7.50 or $8.
Oh my gosh.
And then we became friends. And then at the same bar, my friend Sky, who I also am still friends with, I said she had red hair, like bright red hair, and like a nice red dress on. She like looked super nice. I mean, she's gorgeous, but I literally was like, "Oh my god, you're so pretty. I love your hair. I love your dress." And I might have been a little drunk for that one. And we've been friends ever since.
Oh my god, I love it.
It was just to compliment people, and now they're my friend.
It was so good. I remember because it was the first time that I had jumped into one of those chats because I was so nervous about jumping into one of those like big Zoom calls. And one of the first things I heard was like, "Oh my god, I love your hair."
Was it like green?
I think at the time it was purple.
Oh, was it? I don't know. That was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That is textbook me. Just
it was great.
So pretty. Oh my god, I love your hair. Oh my god, I love your shoes. And now we're friends.
Yeah.
That's literally what I do.
Yeah. So we had the "oh my god, I love your hair," and then private message to be like, hey, you seem cool, let's be friends.
Hey, let's be friends.
And then late night PlayStation calls where I, for the most part, I would just sit and watch you play video games because it was just way too late for me.
Yeah. PlayStation share feature is a great.
Oh, it's an absolute blessing.
Except if you do have games that are not available in your country yet.
Oh, but, oh my god. We have to tell that story.
So it was the Avengers game.
Oh my gosh.
I regret paying all this money for this game because it ended up being a flop. But
yes, and you've also deterred me from spending my money on it as well.
So because the demo was so fun.
Yeah.
But that game is only fun if you play with 4 people. So you have to play with 4 people, otherwise they put you with bots and it's not fun.
Yeah.
So, but basically we were were we drinking? I might have been. Might have been. Maybe a little.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, I'll share play Avengers so that you can see Captain America's ass. And it wouldn't let me, so I then proceeded to stream said game so that you could watch it. And it was only like an hour long, but then we had to wait until Chris joined.
Yeah.
So that he could play Captain America. And then 5 minutes after you saw Captain America, you're like, all right, I'm out.
I'm out. Bye. Night.
Bye. I'm out. See you later. I still have that video. It's in my Google Drive.
Have you been Captain America yet, Chris? Because he's really awesome.
Ooh, I could be America.
Yeah, you can be America.
I'm America.
You can be America.
America's ass.
This is America's
ass. Sam with the 3-pointer.
Sam has been watching this the whole time, hoping to see Captain America's ass.
Yes, that was her whole goal. She was like, okay, going to bed. Yep, good night, guys. That was it. That's all I wanted to do.
Here you go. You get to look at America's ass.
All right, Sam.
Hey, Sam, look at it. Look at it.
I got muted.
Look at it. Look at it.
Nice. That is one PG butt. This is one PG butt.
Why are you big ol' Amelia?
I'm not worried, Occupant.
You just wasted. Let's assemble, guys. And let's think about what happened. Let's think about what we did.
I tried reloading. I pressed the wrong button.
He touched the butt.
Wow, that's awkward.
I'm gonna touch the butt.
It's not awkward if you make it awkward.
Okay, so that's all I was here for, guys. I'm gonna.
Okay, good night.
No,
good night.
But you want to still look at America's ass.
She literally was like, I'm just here for America's
ass. It's actually 20 to 4, so I should probably actually go to sleep.
Oh, man.
I love you.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, bye, Sam.
Later, Sam.
Love you
Everybody
guys.
Everybody give Sam a follow and a subscribe and a like and whatever else happens when you can hear that.
I feel like I had spent like a good hour just being like, I just want to see Captain America's ass. Where's America's ass? That's not America's ass.
Yeah. I don't even know if you were drinking, you were just so tired. You're like, where is it?
So sleep deprived.
Where is it?
And it was at the height of like my exams as well.
So sorry.
I'm
only kind of sorry because it's funny.
Yeah, it was really funny. But oh my god, so we played Fall Guys. I remember that. That was
give me cookie. I got you cookie.
Yes. Oh my gosh, our bonding over Nick Miller. Peak. If anyone can't bond over Nick Miller, then there's something wrong.
They're not watching New Girl then. That's Nick Miller is everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
And if it's not, you're wrong. Although I really like Winston too.
What else did we do in the early days? Oh, Uncharted multiplayer.
Oh, a classic. I brought that back for my birthday this year. I think you were busy.
I was.
Yeah.
What was I doing? I was at work probably.
At work, yeah.
Because I'm a full-time adult now.
Same.
Lovely. Yeah. It's
it's so great being an adult. I mean, the good thing is that I have adult money to buy kid things.
Oh, actually, so that kind of loops into one of my questions. Because I know that you have, within recent years probably, or at least during the time knowing you, become obsessed with anime. I don't know if that was way before, but definitely hyperfixated on it recently.
So, I have always watched anime since I was a kid. So, in America, we had this thing called Toonami. They brought it back on Cartoon Network, but
Ooh.
we had Toonami. So basically, I just remember being in middle school, printing out Google image pictures of Inuyasha, put on my planner that they had given me. So I remember, I think Inuyasha was actually on Adult Swim because it was like later on, and it was at like 11:30 on Saturday nights is when it was on.
Yeah.
And that's what started, definitely, Inuyasha. Inuyasha was the first ever anime crush, first ever, like, and then now I watch it and I'm like, God, why did I like that, man? But anyway, so Inuyasha definitely started it, and it was also like, it also did like Full Metal Alchemist, Cowboy Bebop, Yu Yu Hakusho was on there, but I didn't watch that one.
Yeah.
And then like in like, it was 2006, I think it came out 2006 or 2007. Death Note came out.
Yeah.
And Death Note has pretty much been my favorite anime since then. It's still, I think it still is.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I went through, obviously, like, I've watched it a lot. I didn't watch as many growing up because I didn't really have, like, you had to deal, like, whatever was on TV, and then, like, Netflix, when it started the streaming, it kind of had it. It had, like, literally Death Note and Inuyasha, and that was it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until like 2020 when they like I rewatched Avatar. It's always the Avatar pipeline. I rewatched Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I was like, my friend Lauren, my best friend, was like, "Oh, watch My Hero Academia," and then it was all done. It's all downhill.
That was it.
It's all downhill.
So, like, you've always been a very, like, outspoken person for as long as I've known you. You've been very outspoken and not afraid to tell people how it is and that sort of thing. But were you ever afraid of liking things as a kid? Because I didn't get into anime as a kid, even though I really wanted to, because I was afraid of how my peers would perceive me. Was that ever, like, an issue with you?
No.
No? Yeah, I didn't think it would have been.
Okay. So I must have been extremely lucky. Like, and I was talking about this with my friends from high school that I'm still friends with and everything.
Yeah.
Basically, so we grew up in a small town, like, where there was, I think, like 4 or 5 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and 1 high school.
Yeah.
So you pretty much knew those kids, especially, and there was, like, a summer camp, so, like, if you got to know each other from the other schools. So I've pretty much had the same group of friends that I'm still friends with from school since middle school, like some elementary and then some middle school, and then because it's only a couple of them, but it's done the same.
Yeah.
But growing up, because we all knew each other since we were little, there was no, like, cliques, kind of.
Okay.
So because, like, they had separated when we got to high school, they had separated it to, like, the advanced program, which is like the college prep program, and then, like, the just like the standard.
Right.
Like, so in the college prep program especially, there was every kind of student you could think of. There was, like, jocks, there was nerds, there was, like, the preppy kids, like, the goth kids, like, literally, like, and the jock kids and the nerd kids, we were all, because we were in the same class, we were all friends. Like, I had, like, the like, weird, I still have the weirdest compilation of friends, like, from school. Like, when people, like, oh, that's your, like, my best friend, like, growing up, Angela, like, we didn't really talk in high school because we weren't in the same program.
Yeah.
She's been my best friend since we were 7 years old. So, like, our circle of close friends besides each other you would never consider, like, if you saw them on the street, you'd be like, well, they're not friends. But they were.
Yeah.
Like, we all were. So, no, I don't, because, I don't know, like, in the library after school, kids would sit at the tables and play, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! And shit, like, and Pokemon. So, and Magic. So, like, the only thing I wish that I got into was, like, Dungeons and Dragons. Like, they didn't have, nobody did that because we didn't know what to do, I think. Yeah. But I absolutely, you know, and the same with, like, when I was a stage manager in drama. That was the theater kids and the jock kids and whoever was, like, wanted to be in it. Yeah. And we were all friends. Like, I got lucky that, like, our schools
it definitely
were like that.
Sounds that way. Because that is not a commonplace thing that one school is a big old community. There's the amount of people that I have met coming up here. So I originally lived in the southwest. That's where I grew up, of England. And that's where I grew up, and it was very cliquey down there. And even coming up here, I've learned that most places were very cliquey, and if you were like an emo kid, then you were bullied by the jocks. Like, the stereotypes are real, but it
And we
sounds
didn't
like
have
you,
that.
yeah, you got very lucky without that.
Yeah, it was always like the little emo kids. If somebody tried to bully them, I mean, I was an emo kid. Look at me. But if somebody tried to bully like an emo kid, like a quiet kid,
Yeah.
like it was always like the jocks or like the ghetto kids. They would be like, yo, no, we're not bullying them. Nope. They're like, that guy's cool.
Yeah.
He's funny. Like, so I guess high school was fine. Like high school's always shitty, but like I guess I had an okay time in high school. Like I didn't. I don't have any bad memories from school.
No, because there was so many things I wish I'd gotten into sooner, and like anime and manga definitely up there.
I'll bring you in. Let's go.
I mean, you already brought me in because I told you that I wanted to watch something, and you were like, My Hero Academia, let's go.
Let's go.
And so I'm still yet to catch up on it, but it did become a hyperfixation for a little while. That was thanks to you.
Well, who's your favorite?
Oh,
It's a real thing.
Shoto Todoroki.
Are you? Yeah, that's right. A Todoroni.
I am a Todoroni.
A Todoroni. Take a wild guess as to who's my favorite.
I don't know. Maybe it's the loud, bombastic one.
No.
No.
It is. It's Bakugo.
Of course, that's Bakugo.
Or Shigaraki, like the villain of the series. Fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
That's cool to hear though, because I feel like with your kind of personality, even if you had been given shit about it, you probably wouldn't have cared.
Maybe that's why they didn't give me shit.
Because you were just
knew.
like, nah.
They knew.
Yeah.
I'm not.
No.
Yeah, no. I've always been one to like stand up for others as well. So like, don't be mean to my friends, or I'm gonna get mad.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's always been that way.
I very like protector stance. Yeah, I'm the same. But yeah, is there anything that, aside from manga and I guess video games, you've continued into your life? I could have phrased that so much better. But
like hobbies, like
like
I'm
hobbies
I'm
and
a big
interests.
Reader. Yeah, I've always been a big reader. My grandma she used to take me and my brother to the library as like a thing to do during the day, like growing up. And like I've always been a big reader, and I still am. I don't read as much as I'd like to. I also read for free on the internet. I steal things.
No, you don't. That's illegal.
Don't come for me, government.
It's all right. There's a British person on this podcast, an American person on this podcast. Who are they going to go after?
They can't get us.
Exactly. We're in international waters. They can't touch us.
Interpol can get us. Fine. But no, it's. I just wish books are just so expensive. I like to own books. I like to hold them in my hand. I like books.
Yes.
Like I have a Kindle. And I can do Kindle on my iPad, but it's just not the same. I like books. And that's kind of wasteful to just own that many, because they just sit in a cupboard. And I would like to.
Right behind me, listener, is an entire trolley full of books.
Mine are downstairs, but they're there.
I think I have a grand total of about 350 at this point. I'm planning on starting my own personal library at some point. That's always been a dream. Since watching Beauty and the Beast, I have always wanted my own personal library. And I think I've just always been working towards that.
That's the goal. My grandparents, so my grandma and grandfather, they own like a Victorian house.
Ooh.
And one of the side rooms in the first one, it was really decrepit when they bought it, and in like a not like, it's just a far away area, like not near the city. So it was incredibly cheap for how much it's worth.
Yeah.
But, they bought it in 1999, so it's been, 23 years or whatever?
Yeah.
So they, a couple years ago, turned the old tea room, what was the team room, into a library.
Oh
and
gosh.
I'll have to show you pictures of it one day and everything.
Please do.
It is it fits in their home because it's a Victorian house.
Oh
built in, like, 1887, I think, the house was built. So it's got all the original woodwork and everything. It looks so beautiful in there. Yeah, that's the she's the same thing. She was like, I want a library. So my grandfather built her a library.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He owns a lot of books. They're both readers. So with grandparents like that, and a mom like, my mom's a reader. So like, it was all done. I was going to be a reader no matter what.
Oh gosh, I love that. I'm just going to be thinking about that now. That's all I'm going to be thinking about.
Your dream library.
Yeah, my dream library.
No, like literally, like Beauty and the Beast was like Belle was in literal heaven. She's just rolling around on her little ladders.
Yeah.
Just singing about books.
Yeah. She's got everything that she could possibly want.
I want
it. I totally did not just knock something over. I really hope that.
Oh, I can't see you. Yeah, listeners, I can't see Sam.
We're pretending though. You've got a photo of me.
Yeah. Because Discord won't allow us to put 2 cameras.
So I'm just peeling back the curtain here. Cass has a photo of me up, so she's not talking to just a blank screen.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love it. But going back to the school thing, because I don't know, I'm just really interested in people's school experience, especially from America, because the only view of American school systems I get is all like hyped up and prom and that, all the film stereotypes. That's all that I get.
So
no, what were you gonna say?
Like, what do you want to know?
Well, it's kind of how does it work?
Okay, so I have a terrible college experience. So
yes, we'll get into that.
But so basically, like, you have to, when you apply to a school, you can apply undeclared.
Right.
But you have to basically apply to a college with a major. Like, when you apply when you're in your last year of high school.
Yeah.
And you have to write down your major. And if you, God forbid, you change it, you can't change it until you've at least done 1 semester of schooling.
Right.
Like, at the university level. So you're paying for these classes. It's so stupid. You're paying for these classes that you don't need. So that happened to me. Like, when I had applied, originally, I applied, Roger Williams University is where I went my first year of school.
Right.
It's in my Bristol. You have a Bristol, but it's in my Bristol. In Rhode Island, where I'm from.
Right.
So I went there, and that is a good school. It's expensive, but it's a good school.
Yeah.
And I originally wanted to be like a museum curator, so I was originally going to go for history, which, being a museum curator would still be a cool job.
Yeah, definitely.
But I don't want to go through all of that schooling. So I had changed it because I had a high school teacher tell me about anthropology, and anthropology to me is so interesting. Anthropology is the study of human cultures.
Yeah.
But like on a smaller scale. So sociology is society. Anthropology is like individual cultures.
Yeah.
Like you could use like New England as an example. There is very distinct New England culture here. So I had wanted to change it, and at the orientation, you went and I like stayed there for like a night or whatever, 2 nights for orientation.
Yeah.
I had expressed to them like, hey, can I change this? And they're like, no. You have to wait. Yeah, then you have to declare it with your advisor. And I was like,
so weird.
All right. So I ended up taking these BS classes.
Yeah.
And then I ended up getting mono.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I lived on an all-girls floor.
Right.
And every single one of us got mono.
Oh
every single one of us. It was great.
That's insane.
So I ended up doing I passed all my classes, but I did like really crappy because like I was out for like 3 weeks of classes.
Yeah.
It was bad. So, and then I changed it, and then like a whole bunch of nonsense happened the second quarter. So I was like, I'm not, I don't want to stay here. I'd rather just go to community college. So I like left, went to community college. They don't have anthropology at community college, so I just did general studies.
Okay.
I did finish community college. I do have an associate's degree in general studies. And then I transferred to, actually, because when I had wanted to transfer out, my advisor is an anthropologist, and she said, Rhode Island College, which is where I ended up going after, has the best anthropology department in New England.
Okay.
Like, it's the best. And it's a state school, and it's much cheaper.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll transfer there. And I ended up going there. I almost finished. I have 98 credits. But my anxiety got so bad, and I was working, so I had left. But by 22, I had 3 colleges under my belt, 3 different ones.
Oh my gosh. And then you came back again. You've come back again swinging.
Now I went back, what did I say, 27 when I went back? So at 27, I went back. I have always been decent at coding. I taught myself how to code basic HTML and JavaScript because of MySpace, which none of my classmates knew what that was because they're 17
they're all children.
They're all 18, 17, 18 year olds. Not one of my professor did because he was only like maybe like 35, 40. Like he knew what I was talking about. So I'm much closer in age to my professor than I was the student.
Oh my gosh.
But so I taught myself that, and I watched Raising Kratos, and that was the final push for me to apply to school. Shout out to God of War for.
Oh my gosh.
I watched that movie, like, it's like a movie. It's 2 hours long. I've watched it like 3 times. That was the final push I needed to apply to school.
Yeah.
And I'm only on a school break because my schedule is so chaotic.
Yeah.
For working full time and going to school, I was like, I messaged my advisor and I was like, I can't go to school Monday through Friday, 11 to 3. Like, I work all night. Like, I can't. They do not make that program for working people.
No,
so.
yeah.
It's gonna take a little bit longer, but I'm excited to go back. Yeah, I'll get there. I'm like half done. So.
Yeah. That's so cool though, because like I took a gap year before uni, and I think uni for us is what college is for you guys. I think because like uni for you is like it's more prestigious.
So university and colleges, it used to be that they're more prestigious versus not, but they have the same accreditations now, so it literally makes no difference. Some of them just call university, some of them are called college. Like, Rhode Island College is no more prestigious or less prestigious than University of Rhode Island. They're exactly the same. They just have different things.
Right. But yeah, I took a gap year out before I went to uni. Which, in that time, I actually came up with the video concept for Chatting Chit, and this is what it's become many years later. I think it's like 5 years later, but you know, I'm doing something with it.
Let's go.
And so in that time I worked my ass off. I traveled around the UK for specifically concerts. I just spent my time doing what I wanted to do and getting as far away from home as possible. And I landed on going to university. And I was going to go to do acting. And I, a couple of months before going, decided I don't want my degree to rely on other people for my final grade. So I swapped to creative writing and English. And it was a weird one. It was a weird one for sure, because ended up spending most of it in lockdown.
Yeah.
The last 2 years happened during quarantine. So it's weird. I feel like I haven't had a chance to be an adult yet, simply because it has just been so weird. But coming out of uni, for the few months after it, was just like, do I try and go for a higher degree? Do I, like, dare test those waters? And I don't know if that was just me thinking logically, or if that was me missing the structure.
It could be both. I don't see the harm, except money. It's like pretty much the harm of getting a higher degree.
Yeah.
That's, at this point, that's the only consequence. It's not going to hurt you to have a higher degree, but you will have to pay more money.
Yeah. It would be a lot more money that I probably could not afford.
Yeah.
But I did have a point there. I may have lost it. I'm going to try and find it again.
I believe in you.
Yep. So because I went through the stages of not knowing what I was doing at the beginning, because of course I made the change, which I still could have made a change when I got there. I still had, I think they gave you the first 2 weeks or the first week, something like that, to decide whether or not you liked the course and if you wanted to change the course. You would not be able to quit the course unless, of course, you just withdrew yourself, but you would still have to pay the entire year's fees.
Yeah.
But they did give you the option to change what course you were on. So I still had the opportunity to change that, which I didn't, and I still don't know if that was the best idea or not, because even though I came out with a good degree, I don't know if I got what I could have gotten out of uni. Like, I don't feel as though I used uni to the best of its resources. And my question, following on from that, is, do you think it is better now that you are coming at it from a, you know, a good few years more under your belt with like a perspective on the world? Do you think that has helped you in how you utilize uni, or is it kind of the same as before?
It's a little bit of both. So usually, I mean, not always, but a lot of the times when you're choosing at such a young age, 18, 19 years old, you've been in school like your entire life. Even if you go back at 20, like what if you got a year or two working. That's like it, basically.
Yeah.
So, the structure of the school is going to be the same, but you might change your mind. Like I'm still I still find myself, interested in anthropology and like going in and learning about stuff. I love learning about when they find like anthropological finds. Like I have friends that I met at school that I'm still friends with who are involved in that. Like that's their jobs because they graduated, and I'm interested in what they do, but I'm glad that I had the time in between to just like focus on what I have never been so happy in a program of school. I hate school.
Yeah.
As I'm stressed because I'm tired because of work, but I'm not bored with what I'm learning now.
Yes.
The programming aspect. I'm not bored. I'm very interested. Video games have always been something I've done.
Yeah.
I love learning about behind the scenes. I love learning because at first we did a little bit of design and programming, and then now we've split just into programming.
Yeah.
But even having that little bit of, it's nice. I'm not bored. So, I mean, I think it's stupid that they make us choose what we're going to do for the rest of our lives at 18 years old.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I think I'm glad that you did take a year off at least.
Yeah.
I think everybody should take a couple years. I really think that you shouldn't have to go to college right after high school. Like, I don't.
No, and
I'm glad that I'm an adult now.
Yeah.
And also grades don't become as much of a like obsession.
Yeah.
They did for me a little bit at first, but I mean, I'm still gonna if I'm not as pressured, I'm gonna do better than if I am pressured. But I'm an adult and working in real life, I have learned that grades don't fucking matter.
No,
they really have zero effect on your life. Whether I got an A or a B in a class, it has zero effect on my life.
Yeah.
Whatsoever. And I would rather sleep an extra hour than get a perfect grade on an assignment.
Yeah. That's probably the best way of looking at it as well. Because I think the only benefit of going straight from school into college or university is you've got the reference from the school being like, yeah, this person works hard.
Yeah.
And that's the only benefit.
I had to go get my high school transcripts. At 27 years old, I had to go to my high school, have them print me out a transcript so I could give it to the college I was going to.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter if it's 5 years. I had to go to my high school.
Yeah.
Have them print it out, put a little envelope, on letterhead.
Oh my gosh.
Bring it to the school. And give them my high school diploma. I don't have my high school diploma anymore. I left it in my old car when I sold it. I know who owned the guy. The guy who bought my Jeep sent me a message on Facebook and says, "Hey, I have your high school diploma," but he lives like 2 hours away. So But I don't have a high school diploma anymore.
You sold it with your car.
I sold it with my car for $1,100.
So that guy now has a high school diploma.
He's got my high school diploma. He said I could go get it whenever. So if I ever messaged him and said, "Hey, can I come get my high school diploma?" he would be like, "Sure."
Do you think he still has it?
Yeah, he messaged me. He said, "I'll keep it for you."
Oh
if
my
you ever,
gosh.
like, he's like, "I'll just put it somewhere so that, if you ever want it."
I love that.
I could use my fucking high school diploma for. I could just go to the high school will print me a new one.
Oh my god. It's so ridiculous. The whole, like, they force you into making decisions that you're just too young to make at that point.
You're too young to. I have had a miserable time with college. Even now, I love what I'm learning, but I'm miserable.
Yeah.
It's just because I work at night and
You've got a lot on your plate.
It's tough. But I'm miserable, but I'm not miserable.
Yeah.
At the same time. It's like, I'm always going to be miserable in school.
Yeah.
I'm just miserable. I can't focus. I get bored.
Mm-hmm.
I like doing the work and I like what I'm learning about, but man, I have trouble focusing hardcore.
Oh, same. My teachers had to adapt what they would do. Like, they would have to understand that even if it looked like I wasn't paying attention, I probably was.
Yeah.
Like, I was just trying to focus on two things at once because that would make it easier to focus.
Me too. I have to, like, doodle. I have to do other things.
Yeah.
It's easier when I'm in person to focus, but when we were home...
Oh, like, that was the hardest thing.
Oh my god. I'd fall asleep.
Yeah.
Because I'd be, like, on my laptop in my bed. Like, or on my iPad, like, in bed. And they'd be like, class, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm here. Because I worked until 7 in the morning, and I have class at 7:45. Like, I'm tired.
Yeah, I would have classes at, like, 9 o'clock, and I would jump up, click on my computer, log myself into the class, jump straight back into bed and listen while I was in bed. And if my name was called out, I'd have to, like, rush to the computer.
The only advantage was that it was recorded. Classes were recorded back then. For a technology degree, they should also record my in-person classes. It's a lot of content to just know.
That does feel like it's an important class. I feel like Scientology. I'm sure for a Scientology degree, somebody would want shit to be recorded.
Scientology? Oh no!
But for a science degree,
Tom Cruise kicks his way into the house. You said Scientology?
Oh no! I hear him coming.
He's coming.
Oh no! He's downstairs. Shit.
I heard you talking shit.
But I'm sure for, like, science degrees and maybe, like, law as well, you would want the recording.
Yeah.
Because there's so much that you have to learn within one class.
And it's a 4-hour class. Like, it's not just like it's like an hour and a half. It's 4 hours.
Yeah. And they expect you to stay, like, in attendance for those 4 hours? No, my mind has mentally clocked out 5 minutes ago.
I'm checked out. Don't mind me. Just...
I'm so sorry, Professor, but no, I'm not with you. And I haven't been for the last 3 hours.
It's easier, but man, it's a lot to do in one session of class and also be awake.
Yes.
Like, I am... The fact that I can't even stay awake. You want me to remember all of this?
Yeah. No, it's bad. Because English degree. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of words.
Yeah. It's
all words. And I had to pay attention to books that just did not grab me as a reader at all.
Yeah.
And that was so painful. The only books I bought were the books that my professors could, like, come for me for this, but, like, the only books I ever bought for my degree were the books that I liked the blurb of. I never bought the books, because they would ask us to buy, like, 20 books for one module.
They're too expensive. No.
Like, I'm not spending £100 every term for a load of books. Like, that's not, it's not
only 100. It's only 100 for you?
Well, yeah, because it was all just, reading books rather than textbooks.
Oh, okay.
Although there was a screenwriting book that they expected us to buy, and that was like £60. And I was like, no, Absolutely not. This is one module.
When me and Lauren were at we went to community college together.
Yeah.
We took you had to take like a certain amount of electives and just whatever general studies.
Right.
So we took like a film class, and the textbook itself is $160.
Yeah.
So we bought one.
And share it. Yeah.
We had the class together.
Yeah.
I think I bought that one, and we had a criminology class together, and she bought the criminology book. So we only bought one.
Yeah.
Because we got a certain amount of money from like the state.
Yeah.
Because we were at state school, like. I think it's like $400 for textbooks.
Oh my gosh.
Or something per quarter, like per semester.
Yeah.
So we always tried, if we were taking like psychology classes or anything like that, we took like a lot of classes together just to save money on books.
Oh
and we just would take one car to school.
No, we get maintenance loan, and they expect you to spend your maintenance loan on the textbooks and that sort of thing.
I think that's what it is, like something like that, where it's like it's a loan, but it's like $400 they give you allotment of for books, and it's like.
But the thing is that for us at least, that loan would then also have to go onto the rent that you've paid for your uni accommodation and any bills that you have. So there were some people that would get the very bare minimum, and they wouldn't be living off of the bank of mum and dad, and they would have to pay for their rent, pay for their food, they would have to buy the books that they needed for their classes. It was so bad.
No, school's expensive for no reason.
It really is. There's absolutely no need for all it to be. And, not to make it political, but I'm going to, the government in the UK currently are trying to amp it up even further. And it's just ridiculous. It's going to become something of, an elitist thing again. Which it used to be back in ye olden days. But that was back in ye olden days. We're not in the bloody olden days anymore.
No, especially if you're going to push everybody go to higher education. Why? Not everybody needs a higher education.
No.
You don't need a higher education to be like an electrician.
No.
Or any manual labor job. And those jobs make just as much money.
Yeah,
Trade jobs make just as much money as other jobs. They make more than I do. You know?
Yep.
And you just kind of need a little course certification, and then you're certified. Boom, done.
Yeah. I mean, my degree is basically useless. It's the only way... Yeah, exactly. I could be a teacher. That's the only thing that people come up with when I say that I did an English degree, is, you could be a teacher.
Yeah, or a writer.
Yeah.
But you don't need a degree to be a
you
writer.
You don't need a degree to be a writer. So
I mean, English. So my brother has. I mean, he did psychology as well, but he has an English degree as well.
Mm-hmm.
He did both, but he did go to grad school for psychology. He went to grad school for. He wants to be like a social worker.
Right.
Any degree that like that always requires more. Anyway, you have to have your master's minimum. Never mind, you might have to get your doctorate. It's ridiculous.
Education, man.
It's so expensive.
It is. It's expensive.
I think my state has implemented if you go to community college right out of high school, it's free till the degree.
Okay.
Which, what the fuck?
Yeah. Why couldn't that have happened to you?
I want compensation!
Yeah. Hi guys, it's Sam from Chatting Chit here to interrupt this podcast to remind you that we are on Twitter and Instagram at Chatting Chit Pod. That is on Twitter and Instagram at Chatting Chit Pod. And because you're watching this on YouTube, did you know that you can find this on Spotify, Apple Music, and wherever you find your podcasts? Pretty fun, huh? I hope you're enjoying the podcast, and I will just, I'll leave you to it now. Have fun. Oh,
Rent is insane here.
Yeah, ours is about to go up as well.
Yeah.
It's the cost of living. And they're definitely making it expensive to live.
I mean, but a lot of it is because of COVID. I'm not gonna be like, oh, they just decided to no, it's because of COVID and everything. The economy is shit right now, so but it's worldwide. It's not just here, so everybody knows.
I hope everyone's staying safe, and COVID's not done with. It still exists.
No, stay home, mask up, get vaccinated.
Yeah, oh my god, get vaccinated. I cannot stress enough, get vaccinated, please, for the love of good God. And I don't believe in him, but for the love of him, please.
Yeah. Mask up too. It's not that hard.
It's
if
really
I can
not.
do a whole weekend of sweaty anime weebs wearing a mask, you can do it too.
If I can do an entire week's worth of retail job with my mask on, I think you can too.
You can do it.
Yup.
I work from home, so I don't have to wear it while I'm working. I don't leave the house enough. I've gone this whole time without COVID, thankfully. And I will wear a mask because I'm gonna be respectful. And I'm also fully vaccinated and boosted.
Same.
So
fun times. I am terrified of needles, which I love saying that as a tattooed person. I absolutely love saying that as a tattooed person.
As a tattooed person, it's not the same. The tattoo needle, you can't see it. It goes so fast, you can't see it. It's not the same.
You can see it, and also it's along the surface of your skin. It doesn't like go into any muscle or anything. Whereas you can actually feel it when a medical needle goes into you. So yeah, I'm terrified of needles, but I've still got all my vaccinations. So just do it. I kind of want to get onto that conversation though with tattoos and like being scared of needles and that sort of thing. It's really funny. I just really like the contradiction of it all, because the whole perception of people with tattoos is like, oh, they're tough, they sit through the pain, and they're big scary people, whereas like I'm clearly just like a ball of something.
Just a little bit.
I'm just like a colorful ball of something, you know? Like I'm not very tough. I have definitely nearly cried with a couple of the tattoos because they've been horrible. But like, if it came,
you're still gonna get them.
Oh yeah, I'm still gonna get them. Obviously, I'm still gonna get. I've got so much retail space. Are you kidding me?
Look at all my empty space. I'm good.
Yeah,
getting there.
You can like actually plan out sleeves. I can't.
Yeah,
I messed that up.
I don't have my arms at all. This is like my I had my wrists, but
yeah.
I had my wrists and everything, but yeah, I got all this empty space. It's alright. The new one will be right here.
Ooh.
In July.
For the listeners, Cass pointed at
my arm.
Her arm.
Underneath my wrist.
Yeah.
On my right arm.
The forearm. That's the word that we were looking for.
Yeah.
We didn't do science.
No. I am a woman in STEM, but not science.
I am a woman in the T of STEM.
The T. I'm in the D.
Oh my god.
Just the T part.
Yeah, just the T part.
I'm a woman in the technology.
And I am a person in the E.
Person in the E. In the E.
Yeah.
None of this makes any sense.
It's fine. Does it have to?
No. What happens when you put two friends in a room and make them talk about nonsense? We're chaos in a bucket. I don't. I like if a bucket is overturned and we're like trapped in it, that's us. I would trip on. I was gonna say I would just trip on the bucket.
No, we're inside the bucket, and
we're in the bucket. We're in the bucket.
We're in the upside down bucket, and we're punching at the sides and like trying to overturn it.
Let me out.
Yeah. Let us out.
No, my mind went trip over the bucket. My mind also went just Jacksepticeye with his series with the bucket. He's just carrying it around. That's us.
Oh my god, Stanley Parable.
Yeah, Stanley Parable bucket.
That's good. There's some good stuff at the moment. I'm excited about the extended. Is it the extended edition? What's it called? The deluxe edition.
Is that now what he's been playing?
I think so.
I would play that game. I'm gonna buy it.
I played the original recently, just so that I could, play it, get most of the achievements. and then put it away so that in 5 years' time I can crack it out for the 5 years
That
achievement.
achievement. Let's go. You gotta remind yourself, like a Google Calendar
Oh my gosh,
reminder.
yes. I'm going to.
Play this Stanley Parable.
And I'll look at it and I'll be like, why? I won't remember why I've set that alert. It'll be great.
That's not the only game that has an achievement like that. Journey has an achievement like that too.
Yes.
We'll come back to it, like a week.
It's after a year, I think.
Is it a year? I think there's a week and a year. I think there's 2.
So I actually need to play Journey sometime soon because I've definitely gotten past that time period.
Me too, I think. I think I should also play it. It's been a long time.
Yep.
And I own it now. They gave it to us. PlayStation gave it to us for free.
They did. It's a good game.
Yeah, it is.
Really
it's
beautiful.
Pretty game. Pretty game.
I think, how long have we been going?
Sure.
What? A minute? No, that's not correct.
They gave me a panic attack! Oh my god!
I genuinely, my brain was like, this is going poorly.
Iced coffee panic attack.
I can't read. That was the issue. I thought it was saying 1 minute. It in fact was saying 1 hour.
Okay.
But
I'm like real hot now. What?
Probably stressed us both out for no reason.
For no reason.
I'm so sorry.
What was the reason?
There was no reason. I'm sorry.
How could you do this?
Audio listeners, Cass is very disappointed in me. There's true disappointment and also a fan. It's some great content if you're watching the YouTube video.
I'm sorry, that was so ridiculous. Oh, the fan fell. The fan fell down. Anyway, hold on.
You know what? We kept it together for so long that I think it's just about right that at the hour mark, things are going AWOL. We managed to like hold ourselves so well for so long.
We were so composed. Yeah. I was so composed. I never go that long without being ridiculous, so.
We did good. Look at us go.
Look at us.
Look at us. Hey, look at us. Look at us. Look at us. Look at us. Oh, no. You know what we could do? Cass, is there anything you're working on or anything that you'd like to promote?
I guess you could look at my Twitch sometimes.
Just look at it. Don't follow it. Just look at it.
You can follow it if you want to. Sometimes I stream. Occasionally. It's usually nonsense. Sometimes there's a little bit of Fortnite where I get mad at small children. Sometimes I hunt ghosts and shit my pants.
Those are good ones.
I don't know. What else? It's just nonsense. Oh, I occasionally GTA Online, but I'm not good at that game. So if you're looking for somebody bad at Grand Theft Auto, I'm your person.
Cass is your person for that. It's great.
I am that. I have played it a grand total of like 4 times. So, and I'm not good at driving in games. So there you go. That's like I do like, however, shopping in GTA and getting my hair done. And I usually just have tour guides.
Customization. Let's go.
Yeah, I like customization. Yeah, that's it. I guess you can follow my Twitter for nonsense. They are all CassSwitch2319.
Yeah.
That's it's just keep it simple.
Yeah. No, I like it. I like it. It's a Monsters Inc. reference, which I didn't get until very late into knowing you.
Oh, okay. I thought you didn't get it until like now. I was like,
could you imagine?
It's absolutely a Monsters Inc. reference.
Yes. No, I didn't get it until quite late into knowing you, though. I was just like, hey, it's just a random couple of numbers, and then I rewatched Monsters Inc. and I was like, oh, that's what it is. But yeah, if you want to give Cass a little follow, that'd be much appreciated. Go tell Cass how cool she is and how much you love her, and how much I love her. That would be appreciated.
But like, I'm not that cool. I look cool sometimes, but not that cool. I just look cool because I got blue hair.
Look, I think you're cool. And you were definitely cool enough to be the guest on the pilot episode today. So you're one of my good best friends. So I wanted to have you on. And it's been an absolute honor to like talk to you about, you know, childhood experiences in school and that sort of thing. And get to know you a little bit better.
It's alright. In approximately 2 months, we're meeting in real life. Let's go. I'm going to England. Let's go.
Let's go.
I booked my tickets.
Oh my gosh, let's record a live.
Oh jeez, okay. Alright.
Let's do it. Why not? Chaos. Why not? Drunk as well.
That would be that would be a nightmare. But like a fun nightmare. It'd just be ridiculous.
Yes. I think it would be great.
I mean, just get me a little bit drunk and I'm first of all, I'll get even more Rhode Island accent.
Perfect.
When I'm drinking, it's even stronger if I drink.
I think I get more British, so that's gonna be a great combo.
Yeah. I think they're so similar accents but different. Like they're both like I think they're similar.
Yeah.
It's just but but literally it'll get more Rhode Island and it'll get like more goofy. Like I'll just get more giggly.
Perfect.
And I won't know how to speak. I don't know how to speak regular. Never mind drinking. Oh, my brain doesn't catch up.
It's fine. We'll make it work. But yes, thank you for being on. I much appreciate you being here. Once again, you can follow Cass. Where can they follow you, Cass?
Everywhere at CassWitch2319. Any social media you want, that's the name.
There we go.
It's there.
But yes, thank you guys for listening and for watching, depending on how you consumed this media. It has been a wonderful time, and I hope to see you guys next time we do this on Chatting Chit. Bye-bye! Thank you, bye-bye, bye-bye. Right, ending the recording now.